What is up? I want to show you what I've been working on for the past 30 minutes. 30 minutes is all it took for me to create this dope little chatbot. All right, I'm pulling this up on my iPhone today instead of desktop like I typically do because there are a couple of things, a couple of use cases or scenarios that relate specifically to the mobile experience. So this is our website, and you can see that I threw my new cool little chatbot right here, down at the very bottom. So as I scroll, you see that it's already popped up when I visit the page, asking me if I'm looking for something specific. So I would say, yeah, in fact, what if I happen to be on the road and I'm trying to get to your office, right? So I might click on this, and one of the options that we have front and center would be get driving directions. Now keep in mind, just like I specified in my previous video, you can actually target your chatbots and your live chats within HubSpot to the mobile experience or to the desktop experience. You can even do it separately for tablet. So we can set up separate things that make sense based on the device. If someone's logging on from a mobile device, there's a chance that maybe they want to call us or get directions to our office. So I threw an example in here of get driving directions. Let me just tap on that. All right, now keep in mind, there's nobody on the other side doing anything right now. This is just a bot, completely automated. All right, so we've got in here, click here for Google Maps, click here for Apple Maps. So I'm gonna click on Google Maps because that's my favorite. Boom, click on it, use my location. So there, it pulls up the Google Maps. And for my starting point, I can say my location, and boom, it maps it out for me. How cool is that? All right, let's jump back over to our other window again. This time I'm gonna click on here. I'm gonna start over, right? So here we go, starting from scratch. What brings you to our site today? So real quick, I want to show you the customer support component. This one's a little out of the ordinary for this video series because we're talking about conversion rate optimization. But let's just look at something from the perspective of an existing customer. So if I click on customer support, instead of having to dig down into a contact us page and fill out a form or dig up an email address for the support team, I can just go right into the chat that pops up when I first visit the site. And then it's going to say, all right, hi, Phil. Notice that it recognizes me. One of the cool features of all of this HubSpot stuff is that it does cookie your visitors. So if you have customers who actually have been to your website before, maybe filled out a form before, it's going to remember them next time they come back, and it's going to be able to target them. You can personalize this information. You can recognize their name. You can recognize their company. You know who the contact owner is. So if they have an account manager or a sales rep, that information's all handy. I mean, there are literally hundreds of variables like that we could put into messages to really personalize it. So then we could say, how would you like to converse with someone today? Phone, text, live chat, email, any of these options. Super cool, right? But again, today's demo is really about conversion rate optimization. So let's go back and we're going to do a real use case here. All right. So I come in here as a prospect on your website and I'm going to say, I want to talk to a sales rep. Next thing it's going to say is, nice. How would you like to converse? And then it's going to give me some options. I can get a phone number, get a call back, text or SMS. Text and that SMS is really cool in my mind because a lot of people like to communicate by text today. I really like it. I'm going to click on it. What happens? Awesome. Click to text. And now I can actually click on this link and send a text right from my device natively. Let's go back. Let's try this again. This time I'm going to say sales rep, but instead of text, I'm going to say, I want to call back. So now it's going to walk me through a process. Can I get your email address? Sure. me@me.com. Send it. What's next? Can I have your name? You bet. Phil Lockwood. What's next? What's the best phone number to reach you when we call you back? Great. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Boom. And now we get confirmation. Jim Westfall, the VP of Solutions, will be calling within an hour. Great to know, great service, great conversion. This is an amazing experience. Let's do one more. I'm going to do sales rep again. This time, what am I going to do? Live chat. Great. How can I help you today? Now look at the top of my screen and what do you see? Couple of notifications popping up. This is super cool. Now this is of course a little bit odd, a little bit unusual because I'm playing both the role of a website visitor and myself. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on write a message and I'm going to tell them what I want. I'm going to say pricing info, okay? I'm going to send it. Now, I'm going to go into that live chat conversation notification that I got. So I have the HubSpot mobile app installed on my phone. Let's pretend like I am Jim Westfall, that VP of Solutions, and I'm sitting at lunch, or I'm in a meeting, I'm in a conference room, I'm at my desk, whatever the case is. I got that pop up in real time, and here it is. I can see everything that this person has submitted so far, and I can say, hi, and I can start my conversation right in here. Now, notice that I can do this from the HubSpot app, so I'm having this conversation through the mobile app, but I could just as easily be doing it on desktop. In fact, let's be honest, it would be more easy because of the fact that I would have a real keyboard, so that would be pretty handy. So what we have here is a super cool situation where I'm having this conversation wherever I am because I've got that mobile app installed on my phone, so I can just immediately pick up this live chat at the point any of our prospects need it. And again, this comes back to conversion rate optimization. And that means taking more of the visitors to our website and turning them into leads. How do we do that? By reducing friction. How cool is that? I mean, what we're talking about here is removing friction from your website because we want to turn more of those visitors to your website into leads and customers. And the way we do that by reducing friction is just giving them the easiest possible path so that they can give you their information and then you turn them into a lead. You can convert them into a customer. Things like this are super powerful. I know we're thinking, wait a minute, I've got that contact us page on my website. I've got lead forms on my website. Maybe even all these other things that I've talked about in this video series on conversion rate optimization, these additional tools like the pop-up forms and the meetings link and live chat as well. But being able to bring it together into something like this that has automation 24/7, and then it really doesn't pass people along until they need to be passed along is such a game changer. I think it's super exciting. Now, here's the thing. I realize we've all had experiences with live chat and with chatbots, right? So you go to Amazon and you have a problem and now they lead with their chatbot. But it's a shitty experience. It's a shitty experience because they're trying to build in so many different scenarios for what people might need that it really doesn't succeed most of the time. What we're recommending, or what I'm recommending here for small to medium businesses, is basically doing something on a very simple scale like what I just did right here. Getting people the information they want faster and involving that dynamic component, the human component, when it's necessary and as quickly as possible and without people having to ask so that it's just a really smooth flow. I've been designing and developing websites for a quarter of a century, and I can tell you that one of the biggest factors we have in the success of conversion rate optimization is related to something we call the bounce rate. And that's the number of people who hit your website and then bounce without doing anything else. They don't click through, they don't read, they don't fill out a form, they just bounce. And something like this that can appear as soon as they get onto a page can really make a world of difference in that bounce rate because you're getting people to that information that they're after without making them dig. It overcomes every usability issue you might have on your website, and you don't have to involve designers and developers and do massive transitions to your website to resolve those problems. This is a super, super cool thing. And as everything I've outlined in this HubSpot series, the conversion rate optimization videos here, by the way, here's a playlist and the other videos if you haven't seen them already, but these are all about being able to have a single interface where you can do all of these things instead of pulling together all of these disparate tools to be able to get the same level of functionality. And if you want this, everything that I've shown you is actually available for free through HubSpot. But instead of going over to the HubSpot website and signing up, go to distillagency.com/HubSpot and we'll get you set up with a free version of all of this stuff. We'll do 45 minutes on the phone or on Zoom with you to get the customizations and kind of give you a lay of the land. That's huge because it's like $3,500 for onboarding with HubSpot. And then we're going to be your representative. So if you ever choose any paid enhancements or upgrades with the HubSpot platform down the road, we'll negotiate special pricing on your behalf. It's fucking sweet. All right, I only have one more video on conversion rate optimization for this series, this YouTube playlist. If you don't want to miss that one, and if you haven't seen the other ones, definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's down below, big red button. Hope to see you in the next one. I appreciate you stopping by today.